Here are the handles. They look so good.
I know that I don't feel okay. I hate it cause it's every day. I'm making up my own mistakes. I'm hoping that I'll be replaced. I'm waiting cause you're in my way. I hate it cause it's every day. I feel alone even if you surround me. I need you now, can you be around me? Oh baby, I'm afraid to feel nothing. I know that you can make me feel something. Don't tell me that you're not good for me. You don't know the half of me. I hate being around me, even if you're not okay.
Hi everyone, hello and a very good day. Oh, this is not the intro actually. Hi everyone, hello. This is the next day and I'm going to do the personal basic finance punya tips and tricks. This idea was actually suggested by a subscriber or also my friend, and she wanted for me untuk cakap more in detail about macam mana I manage and uruskan duit and beberapa tips and tricks yang I think I can share to all of you yang tengah tengok. Terus I nak kata a disclaimer. Yeah, I am not a financial advisor. I didn't learn economics time degree ataupun I tak pernah attend a class, or I don't even have a certificate on like finance punya bahagian. This is from my reading and my studying, and what works for me might not works for you, and kita maybe can discuss. If you have any of your own tips and tricks, then you guys can comment as well. I would highly appreciate that. I think we can instantly terus start with the first tip or advice or just basic how I manage my money. So for the first tips adalah, it's not how I manage duit, but I rasa macam it's important for me to say it as the first point adalah untuk acknowledge your privilege and to be grateful of it. This whole video adalah based on my personal experience. I come from a middle class punya income, meaning that I am very very privileged in a way that I don't even have to pay for anything and my parents are there to pay for me, and that is what I meant by my privilege. I rasa important sebab sometimes kita tak sedar yang kita sebenarnya dalam keadaan atau tempat yang sangat-sangat bertuah and kita patutnya bersyukur for it. And it's not even wrong to have privilege, and why I kata that we need to understand that is because of my mother. Dulu my mum pernah cerita about how dia able to belajar dekat luar negara and being fully funded by the government. So the money that she used there untuk for her livings and then for yuran semua tu is being covered by the citizens of Malaysia. Sebab my mum acknowledge that privilege yang dia ada, so dia tahu that dia tak boleh nak spend lebih-lebihan guna duit yang diberi. Bila my mum cerita tu, and that made me realise that is how you show that you are grateful. Acknowledging my privilege is that I am able to not earn money and I can still have a roof above my head. And that is a huge privilege that I have, and I acknowledge it, and it's okay. And I'm not saying that it's bad, but because I know that I have that sort of privilege, so I tahu that I need to show my gratefulness to Tuhan and also to my parents. And in order for me to show that saya ni bersyukur, and that is why I went through this journey of learning and trying to figure out how to invest and how to save the correct way. I think it is very important for us to take a step back and identify things yang you ada but orang lain tak ada. Moving on to my second point, and this is something also come from a privileged background, and I observe people and even myself, even in my family, increase commitment suitable to your income and also to your age. This does not apply untuk sesiapa yang memang living on their own, because you have a lot of commitment, sewa rumah lah, bil api air, internet, kereta, makanan, etc. Yang ini saya aim kepada orang yang duduk dengan dia punya family, because this is me back then. I boleh kerja and I can save 100% of my income, but I believe if you are in that situation, you need to duduk dengan you punya parents and be stern about that you need to have some sort of income. I suggest untuk all of you to have commitments yang memerlukan duit. Contoh, you bayar bil air api, you bayarkan internet for your family, and then you bayar might be the car, whatever it is, monetary punya commitment. I really suggest for you to have one. If you tak ada, you tengok commitment you sikit, then you add up something that you can help you punya parents. It's important, it's a good, a valuable thing that you can learn. First, you tahu the cost of livings, and then second thing that you can learn is that to practice lah. Nanti in the future, you might have a family, you might have children, so dah tahu dah lah that how to manage the several commitments and still survive at the end of the day and still save money. The third point adalah untuk make a detailed budget. And from my experience, and this is a proven thing, if you betul-betul serious nak simpan duit, if you betul-betul nak achieve you punya goal, nak beli rumah ke, nak beli kereta ke, you definitely need to make a detailed budget, and also to keep track of you punya spending. Ni I dah kata on my last video, on my 2 last videos, and I'm going to tell you how you nak create that budget of yours. And I say detailed, meaning that you need to have bukan sahaja the normal 50-30-20 ratio, you need to have subsections as well. Yang pertama sekali is to go a month by spending like how you normally spend. Okay, for this upcoming month, you akan keep track of every commitment that you have, every money that you spend and every money that you save. After that 1 month, you duduk and then you kira balik total of your spending for each section and subsection. Section ni usually 3 lah section, which is first saving punya section, second is the commitment punya section, and then third is you punya spending punya section. Spending ni benda yang extra lah. You beli makeup, you beli skincare, you beli baju. Commitment punya section is something that always perlu dibayar every month. Subsections pula adalah contohnya dari segi spending. I want you to make it very very detailed for spending punya subsections. Like makanan dari segi outing, makanan dari segi food delivery, and then dari segi skincare, dari segi makeup or baju, and then you dah kira the amount of money you spend for each subsections and sections. Then is when you convert those amount of money into percentage. You ambil jumlah duit yang you dah spend untuk that subsection, you divide by the total amount yang you dah spend, and then you kali 100, then you dah dapat this percentage. Usually people suggest untuk buat 50, 30, 20, but for me that kind of rule tak work sebab I might want to save more than 20%. I might want to save 50% of my income. By doing this way, I dapat create a budget yang catered to my lifestyle. The third thing yang you kena buat adalah untuk alter the budget. It might be the month that you use, yang you spend, yang you keep track tu, might be you spend more than you should, and then you might save less than what you're supposed to save. Maybe you spend too much on coffee that month, so you have to reduce the percentage for coffee and you increasekan percentage dekat you punya saving. That is when you can save more. Afterwards, you can just alter sikit-sikit untuk memenuhi komitmen yang you ada, etc. etc. Okay, now for the fourth point is to have an emergency fund. Emergency fund ni is basically tabung yang ada duit yang you akan guna untuk keadaan-keadaan susah nanti pada masa hadapan. Contoh, you duduk on your own but you have to pay commitments. Tapi you dah diberhentikan kerja and then you dah tak ada duit untuk survive for the next few months. That is when emergency fund ni akan membantu. The amount of money you nak save tu ada banyak, a lot of what they call it, rule of thumb. Ada yang kata save 2 months of spending, ada yang save 5 months of spending. But for me, I nak go to the extra length. I save je for 1 year of spending. Dekat mana nak simpan this emergency fund, and dekat mana nak simpan ni adalah dekat, for me, like I said, this is how I do it. You can do it your own way, and when you can use my way, it's fine. I letak 2 to 3 months dekat my current checking or bank account, 7 to 10 months on a low risk, high liquid investment product. Why I do this, why I letak 2 months on my bank account is because that it's a money yang I boleh guna instantly. However, for 10 months, kalau usually kat investment product is a high liquid punya investment product, meaning that you can retrieve your money might be like in 3 days. 1 week might take too long, so take something yang less than a week is fine. Basically, it cannot be more than 1 week lah sebab it's an emergency fund. If you want to use your money, then you can retrieve lah. Those are the strategies lah. This kind of strategy works for me. You might want more, you might want less, but I tak suggest for you to put too much money dekat you punya bank account, because first, it is not that safe. Second, you don't get enough returns. If you want to put on your bank account, please letak dekat somewhere yang you tak use for online transactions. Sebab if you letak dekat bank account that you also use for online transaction, then it's very very